Yo, what's up, everybody? Hi. Okay, I'm still not used to doing intros. What is up, everybody? It is January 22nd, 2019. It is podcast number 2, episode number 2. Even though it's our second episode, we're already off schedule, but it's okay because we're
still
here.
in the first season.
Exactly. That's what matters. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to cover. That's what happens when we take a few days off. So a bunch of news gets backed up. So, okay, I don't know why these last few weeks they decided to show a bunch of gameplay from a lot of games. I don't know why it was like handpicked for this week. But they showed off. Oh, okay, you had the Jump Force beta. You had they showed off Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay. Metro Exodus. Also, they showed off a lot of gameplay. We're gonna talk about all these games. What else did they show? They showed a bunch of other stuff. The zombie game.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah, the demo came out. But what's the other one? The one where it's like a million zombies chasing you at once.
For the PS4.
Yeah. Days Gone or something like that.
Days Gone. Yes.
Yeah, that's the only one that I have no idea about. Like, I haven't looked at that, so I can't tell you exactly about that one.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was the only one that I saw that I was like, oh, cool, but I just didn't have time. I had so much other stuff. But, okay, before we start with any of that, though, I mean, I think the big thing was what was leaked about the PS5. That, to me, was kind of huge and kind of gives us a vision. Well, it's basically like just like the name of the processor and a few specs on the processor and what it can do. And you have a bunch of tech people that are like trying to estimate the price of the PS4 just by using the processor. I don't know if you're gonna get like the really specific answer, but they said it was gonna be around the $500 range, at least from now what it looks like. Obviously none of that is final. But I mean, 500. Do you think that would be like too much to pay for a console? They would say it might come already with VR in the box.
Maybe, but you gotta remember, like, how are the children gonna explain to their parents, like, can we spend $500 for this console?
But it comes with VR. VR, you can.
Yes, but didn't the PS4 also cost $500 when it came out?
I don't remember how much.
I think
because people were talking about kind of going cheaper for consoles. That's kind of what these.
Well, yes. Now parents are gonna be like, okay, do I want to get them this PlayStation, that costs $500, or do I want to spend, $299 on a Nintendo Switch? You know what I mean?
I get you, but still, VR out of the box is very big thing and could.
Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of children.
Maybe, and here's the thing. This is the thing. I think
there has to be an incentive. There has to be like something bigger than VR for a lot of people to leave the PlayStation 4.
Here's the thing. I think Microsoft is kind of aiming towards little kids. I won't say little kids. No,
I think it's opposite.
No, it's not
Nintendo or something.
No,
not
no,
even
no.
Nintendo is trying to go more of adult.
Well, look, no, little kid was a bad way to phrase it. They're trying to go more streamlined, like not streamlined. They're trying to basically have a bigger audience. That's why they have a cheap version of the console, so little kids can be like, "Mommy, can you buy me this console?" And then they have a expensive version. Those were the rumors with the new Xbox console. They're gonna have a cheaper version and a more expensive version out of the gate. So if you want, the graphical beast monster thing and you're a super gamer, you get that one. And if you're a kid and your parents are the one buying your console, you can, instead of telling them, "Mom, do you have $500?" You tell her, "Mom, do you have $300?" I'm guessing the cheaper one might come out at $300 or $400, but has to be a significant amount less. Would imagine it's like $40 less.
Yeah, there has to be something else that's pushing console sales though, like.
And I think here's the thing. I think Microsoft's going for that, and I think PlayStation's going more for like the gamer type. Like, they're like, our audience are a bunch of gamers that love games, so we're just gonna go all in on games. And here's the thing: gamers who are willing to spend money, they could be going through terrible times, but they'll still find ways to spend money on the games that they want.
Not necessarily.
Like, I get you. Not
you know,
not
not
everybody.
even though. Like, you know, what's PlayStation gonna do to like bring me over? I already have a PlayStation 4. Like, oh, VR,
That's
but what if I don't care about VR? That's
but
that
they
it?
might come. They might come with some VR exclusive titles that might be good. Or just what if the VR experience is like a little bit bigger
I
than
mean, even the most expensive VR headsets right now on PC don't have like the best games.
I mean, could you see yourself if it's a large, like it's a big improvement of what they had before?
No,
Mm, I
I
don't know.
don't.
I
I
just
mean,
feel like
it's a simple answer for me. Like, I really don't see it that
what
great.
about what about exclusives? Just on the exclusives.
Well, why can't they just port them over to the PlayStation 4?
Because they want to sell consoles.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, you can make the same. Here's the thing. I think Halo Infinite is gonna come out for the new Xbox rather than the Xbox One. I don't know.
You
It's
think
just
it's
a
gonna be
theory.
like a launch title?
Maybe. I think that Microsoft wants to hit this. They want to hit it out the park with the launch titles since like their last console. This Xbox One kind of failed compared to the PlayStation 4. I think they want to come out the gate swinging. You get me? They want to go in hard from like the very start of the game.
With age, though, I've cared less about like console generations, and
To me,
it used to be where like there was like a big leap in technology, but like the leap from technology from like the 360 to Xbox One is not as great as the original Xbox to 360.
not only that, but here's the
And
thing.
now, like, even the most powerful PCs don't show any like there's no leap from a most powerful PC to like a console from today's generation. So what are they gonna do
to
to
me
push
though,
the new consoles?
to me, it's
And not only that, but like there's a huge boom right now on cell shaded model games, or like more animated style of gameplay. Like, people like that more now as a whole. I mean, look at Fortnite. Fortnite is the biggest, like, it's like the most successful game, of our generation, in terms of like how like the media have covered it and how mainstream it became.
I mean,
And
what about Minecraft though?
exactly, Minecraft. Like, these are games that just they don't.
That's true.
You can run it on your cell phone.
That's
So,
true.
I mean, if you think about it, there's, and then Red Dead Redemption ran, beautifully on the Xbox One X. So it's like, what are these new consoles gonna do, to really sell? Because I don't see it. Like, I don't. They're gonna have to do something crazy more than VR. I really don't. VR kind of died down unless like they do something incredible with VR, but I doubt it as well.
I mean, I've always feel like every time we like, for example, let's say when Red Dead 1 came out, we were like, yo, these graphics are the greatest. None of, like, these graphics will never be outdone. These are amazing graphics. Like, you always feel that at the moment. When Red Dead 2, now the trailer showed up, everybody says the same thing. Like, yo, these graphics can't be more realistic. And I'm sure like 10 years from now or 5 years from now, we look back at Red Dead 2 and we're like, those graphics were alright, I guess. I mean, now they just look kind of crappy compared to what we have, but like, I just feel like it's always going to be progressing. Especially, and here's the thing, there's never been more money in gaming than now. So it's like now these companies, Sony and Microsoft, have the biggest budgets of all time that they've ever had to make a console.
But here's the thing. Rockstar probably looked at Fortnite making billions of dollars, probably didn't spend that much money in development and the graphics engine. And then they look at, their Red Dead game, which did amazing, critically acclaimed or whatever, but didn't make as much money as Fortnite, and it doesn't have as many people invested in the online as, Fortnite. And they're just thinking to themselves, like, why should we, it's still a company. Why should they invest so much money on a new when they can just make a game that, is just really good, heavily on gameplay side?
Because once you identify yourself as something, it's hard to break away from that, especially if you're lowering your quality.
Not necessarily.
If Rockstar came out with a Fortnite clone, I think, you would hear the ultimate cries. Like, same thing with Bethesda. Bethesda was there, yo, let's chase a trend. Let's chase a trend right now with the online battle royale. Well, it wasn't kind of battle royale, but it kind of was. Basically, it was chasing trends, and they got destroyed and murdered for it. And, Fallout 76 is still, still hurting. I mean, I kind of heard a rumor that a lot of GameStops and EB Games and stuff like that were around the country, like, packing the game up. There's a slight rumor that Bethesda might make the game free to play, but there's no, like, 100% on that. Like, Bethesda denied it and everything, but it's still kind of weird that they were boxing up all their copies of it. Just like a side topic, a side thing. But
we'll see.
Still, though, like, I don't know. I just feel like, here's the thing. We're always going to have love for the consoles of the past and say these were amazing and can't be outdone because we kind of bet on them. We bet our lives on them because the truth is, when your parents back then would get you a console, like, you were making a decision for a lifetime. Like, if you didn't like that console, you were stuck with it for 4 or 5 years until either you save up for one or your parents decided to be generous again. So it's like you had to, like, decide back then. And, a lot of people decided with the GameCube and with the PlayStation 1 and the Xbox, and they were all great and they all had their great exclusives. But nowadays, at least, the people that have kind of grown up from that have their own money, and, like, most of them still live with their parents, so they don't pay a mortgage, so they have a bit.
Yeah, but that happens with every console generation. The people of the 360 generation that were also 17.
Yeah, I love the 360.
Came out.
I told my dad to buy it, and I never looked back. And then later on, I bought a PS3 after I'd saved up and sold a few shoes at my school. But that was, like, way later on, though.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Let's see. But I do think it's again, I don't know any of the specs of the leaked PS5 thing. I know it's something I probably should have had on hand, or the name of the processor, but I could put it down low, a little link. But a lot of it, and here's the thing, and when I've been doing a lot of my research, a lot of the research says, oh, it's a long, crazy name and stuff like that. So people kind of, haven't been going into detail about what the name means and stuff. But just know that the next generation of gaming is here, and we'll be seeing it more sooner than later than we might think. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I think you're opening it up there, right? That's a big name, right?
It's called the Gonzalo. AMD Gonzalo. Yeah.
Gonzalo. It's a bunch of numbers, like, just bunch of numbers.
Well, yeah, this is just a serial code. Like their
fact,
model numbers and stuff. But
send me that link. So if you guys want any more details on that week, I'll just have a link down there.
Yeah, we'll have it down there. Yeah, it's it's a big performance boost, essentially, in layman's terms, summarizing everything they said. But we'll see.
So from a company that potentially might do something great or might do something bad, potentially, we go to a company that has not failed. Not to fail? Is that a good way to say it? They are amazing at destroying and failing, and I mean, you guys already have an idea of what I'm talking about, and that is the greatest company ever, known as Electronic Arts, EA. Oh god, because every time we hear EA, we know that something good is coming, some good news. Yo, honestly, okay, so here's the news. EA cancels another Star Wars game. Okay, and this one was set to be like an open world game, right?
Yeah, no, not necessarily. It was gonna be like a single player. Because I know story experience.
No,
like Uncharted,
But I heard that there was like the first one they canceled was like
it was an open world game. It was gonna be an open world game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the timeline confused. But yeah, I kind of would have preferred to see something like that. I mean, my favorite Star Wars games was probably Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, And like those games sounded like they were kind of closer to that. And I was gonna get that, and you can, those games are the ones where you can use.
No, I don't think EA will ever make a RPG like a good RPG. I think if they were probably just trying to clone like an Uncharted game.
I mean, they have the people for it. BioWare. I mean, they could make a good. I mean, they're the ones that made Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yes, but BioWare is all hands on deck after what happened with Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda. All hands are on deck on their next what's the game, Anthem. Like if Anthem does not succeed, then
If Anthem doesn't
we'll probably
succeed,
see BioWare not being around for much longer.
we might not see EA being around for much longer.
No, EA will
Anthem-
definitely. EA can survive with just FIFA and Madden. Yeah, they make more
can.
money than probably Nintendo with just those
But-
two games.
It will take a very serious hit though, and that's coming from a year where they've done nothing but take a bunch of hits. They might take a huge hit if Anthem does not succeed.
And to be honest, I have not heard. I mean, they're dropping trailers and story progression, and it's just I don't know. Like, none of my friends are talking about it. Nobody I know talks about it. Like, I know it from this is like I follow gaming, but that's about it. So I'm already worried of how successful Anthem is going to be. Like, it doesn't seem like they're, unless it's not gonna release soon. It doesn't seem like they're very really promoting it.
The thing is, I don't know why. It's like I've seen tons of trailers for it and gameplay trailers. It just none of it has grabbed me. It just hasn't grabbed me yet. And I mean, let's see. I don't have high hopes for it. I just hope it looks like a Destiny clone. And if it's a Destiny clone, maybe it could be a great Destiny clone, and I won't complain. But if it's a crappy Destiny clone, then EA is already facing the knife, or something like they're already facing criticism always. So like they're always so this game is just gonna, people are gonna look at it with a very critical eye. Okay, and it's probably gonna get demoted a score or two if it's not amazing. If it's like a 8 out of 10, I'm sure people are gonna be like, oh, it's a 7 just because EA made it. So I think EA really needs this to succeed. This needs to be a 10 out of 10. I mean, if it's amazing, it's gonna sell regardless. If it's amazing. If it can manage to hook players or provide a interesting world, interesting narrative.
Like BioWare, like when the developer was interviewed, they said, what do you think happened with like what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda? Why do you think it didn't sell well? He's like, oh, I think it's because we released it too close to Zelda Breath of the Wild, and a lot of people were like, no, it was a bad game. That's why it didn't do good.
No, and another thing is, BioWare's bread and butter is story. How much of a story? By the way, that trailer, it looks like I'm watching Destiny footage. You're watching right now footage of Anthem, and right now you could tell me that's Destiny footage.
Yes,
like, okay.
it looks like Warframe to me. It looks like Warframe.
Warframe / Destiny. I don't know. Okay.
And I'm not really invested. I'm looking at this and I don't really care too much for it.
Looks alright. Okay, of course I'll give it a look when it comes out, but let's see, because EA's been messing up, and this really needs to succeed. It's gonna really be a big hit if they don't. But another thing I want to talk about EA, and what we were talking about before, the fact that they canceled the Star Wars game. I feel like the coolest thing about having these single player Star Wars games is exploring the lore. That whole Knights of the Old Republic and most of the other older games that explore the lore kind of go into like Knights of the Old Republic territory and stuff like that, and the whole Old Republic phase and stuff like that. A bunch of stuff that wasn't in the movies that is kind of that used to be canon, based off the books and comics and stuff like that. And if you were a Star Wars fan, you didn't know much about it, the game was a good intro to all that. Perfect for universe building. And of course, EA takes the route of having the least universe building games and just giving us Call of Duty, but with a Star Wars clone to it. And I don't know. it gets me very disappointed. And then the other game is like what, the app game? Whew.
Yeah, Star Wars Galaxies or something like that.
Yeah, no, okay, like, come on. Star Wars, the best you can do is a Call of Duty clone. You've watched all the Star Wars movies, and you said the best that can come out of this is a cell phone game and a Call of Duty game. It's like, what are you guys doing? Okay, and they almost lost it with Battlefront 2. They almost lost their license. So, and now they're getting crap from people again. I don't think it's crazy to suggest that maybe Disney does give it up, or does basically take it away and give it to the highest bidder, the next highest bidder. Or maybe, maybe people from Disney should kind of be in the room, I think, of those games and stuff. Okay.
Like, I'm watching visuals for Anthem, and it looks amazing. Like, but I feel like there's just no like content. It's like as wide as a ocean, but as shallow as a puddle. Like that's what it feels like to me.
I mean, I feel like these people. I just feel like Anthem's gonna be. I don't know what to call it. I just feel like people don't want to get into it because they know it's EA, and they're like, you know what, this is like our little small form of protest. Is not caring about this game.
Like if this was like a Bethesda, then I'd be like, okay, look, Bethesda
not Bethesda.
Even if it was still Bethesda, like
it's a bad example. It's a terrible example. Right now, it's a terrible.
Yeah, right now, but still, like if Bethesda was like, okay, this is our next game, I think I'll be more excited. But this is EA.
No,
and they'll find a way to mess it up.
No, because I'm like,
don't worry about it.
You're staying in the online market. I was like, Bethesda, get out now, get out of the online market. Bethesda is not for you. Unless Elder Scrolls will be multiplayer, and I mean like you can join and play campaigns.
No, don't give them ideas. Just give us a good single player game.
No.
Leave it alone. No co-op, nothing. Leave it alone.
Co-op is good. Co-op is good.
No.
I just don't want to be forced in a world with people. If I want to play by myself, I can, and if I don't, I don't. I want to have that option. You get me? I want to have the option. But okay, let's move on. There was a bunch of betas and a bunch of stuff they were trying out. Talked about the big heavy stuff, the big corporate stuff. But let's talk about games, the games that came out. Let's start with the Jump Force beta. Came out. There's a lot of action. It's a lot of fighting. It's fast paced. I played it, and it looks amazing. I don't know if you've seen it, Sentry. It looks honestly like it's a very high quality game.
Yes, I have played it. No, I have not played it, but
okay, that makes sense.
Yes, that was exactly what I meant. But yes, I've seen it. It looks alright. I'm not into like 3D fighters games, so.
But
there's that. Unless it's like a Smash game or like a 2D like Mortal Kombat-esque game, I'm not really into. I like Xenoverse. Xenoverse 2. But I don't know.
Come on, dude.
I need something more.
I don't know. I mean, weren't you a big fan of big character customization pools like me? I've always been a fan of them.
But
I'm a sucker for great character customization. You can be like, yo, this game is the worst game of 2018, but it low-key has the best character customization of 2018. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna play it. Like, I'll play it. Because I love creating a custom character, but, I want to see what limitations it has. But it looks like it's going to let you create kind of awesome characters. And I don't know, Sam, I thought you're getting into anime, so it's like...
No, I think I've already passed that point.
Okay, yeah,
I'm a bigger fan than you are when it comes to anime. But
and I was the one that introduced you to it.
Yes, and I completely eclipsed you on that front. But I need more.
Well, you have, but you still haven't watched like the biblical animes.
Of course, But yeah, but it doesn't mean they're the best. I've seen so much anime.
No, you don't. I mean, they're not the best, but it is like
this is like the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Like I've seen, most of the shows. I know most of the Dragon Ball storyline and stuff, but that's basically it. But on the games, I played a lot of anime games. I'm a big sucker for that. Kori Toriyama games. His art
But
style,
yeah,
very
you're more.
sexy.
He's into deep. Okay, sure, but yeah, he's into kind of smaller animes, not the big shonen 857
No,
thousand
because all shonen
trillion
animes
episodes.
are the same. I said it. They're all the exact same.
I disagree with.
They're just,
You
repackaged
gotta
differently.
no, you gotta watch them. There's
No, I'm
differences.
good. I don't want to watch
That's the
thousands
thing
of
though.
episodes.
You haven't watched one, so it's like,
I have.
and the ones you have watched, you've liked. Isn't My Hero Academia shonen?
Yeah, it is.
And it's great, right?
It's okay.
Okay, I don't want to talk too much about anime because I feel like
Yeah, no, but it's the same. It's the same. Basically, the last thing I'm gonna say, yeah, My Hero Academia is it's okay. I like it, but I'm not. It's not my favorite at all. It's not even
I
on,
know,
like,
I know.
even
I'm just
if,
saying.
like, I've seen more than 50, by the way. So in my top 50 list, not even on the top 50 to me. I just don't like.
Nah. You know you don't mean that.
Yes, I do.
Nah.
I'm not into
One day,
shonen.
okay, look. One day when I have time, I'm gonna ask you to name me 49 better animes that you've watched than My Hero Academia.
Bring it.
One day, okay. But before that, or after that, we can then grab our Switch and invite each other to duel in Mortal Kombat 11, which they released a gameplay trailer, and it looks amazing. Okay, it looks crazy, and I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna go on the Switch, but they got Warframe on there, so they've been working this magic that I don't know what they've been working into. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, freaks me out, but they got Warframe to work there, and it looks beautiful. So this game, it's still crazy how good it looks, and it's like, okay, it's gonna look like that, and it's gonna run like that, exactly.
Even if it's just a little bit similar.
Cause wouldn't you say on the ad like, okay, the Switch version might be different, kind of how like the DS version was kind of always a little different.
Yes, but I think it's. No, I think It's gonna be the full game. It's just less. It's still a 2D game.
But what would you say would be like the differences between the Switch version and every other?
Just graphical. Less textures on the suits and stuff. Maybe a little bit less lighting effects. But overall, I think it's gonna be the exact same. Like if they have story modes, adventure modes, all that, it's gonna be in there.
You know what though? I respect them for taking the new one out on the Switch rather than just re-releasing the old one for $60 on the Switch, because they could have easily done that and people would have still bought it. I might have still bought it because it's on the go. But I'm happy that they just went with just the new game, and it looks gruesome and bloody as ever. Okay, I'll leave a video or a link about the whole gameplay video. It gets disgusting dirty. I love it. Great game though. I mean, it looks like a great game. Okay, I would love to get the Injustice series on the Switch too, for like those T loving fighters, people that love fighting with T games, T rated games. But yeah,
I mean, just get Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I guess, but nah, it's a classic. Injustice is a classic. We need to get DC representation. We have Marvel already making their strike on the Switch, so DC needs to put their side in. Let me see what else. One day I want to talk about that Marvel versus DC video. Or like what?
You know what I find like Nintendo to be like geniuses, because if it came out on Xbox or PlayStation 4, nobody cares. It's status quo. But whenever something releases on the Switch, it's like everybody starts losing their minds. Like,
that's true. It's different. It's different.
I know. It's because it's a different event. It's like, okay, I can play this on the toilet now.
On the go,
like,
yeah. I mean, you
can
can play it on
an airplane and play this. That's why
I
was just thinking about that. Like, you
can play it on the toilet before though. You could just have to set up your TV and.
No. Realistically speaking, yeah, you can't. You probably don't even have like a port, outlet port or whatever.
In your bathroom, everybody has an outlet port. I mean, it might not be enough. You might need a lot more than just like one or two, but still, you could do it. But yeah, I'm just playing. I get what you mean. I think because the whole portability factor and yeah, I think is that the fact that I can play it. And
Yeah, because they release old games on the Switch, and it's like
Here's the thing. I love the portability factor, but I rarely use it outside my house. Like, I play it on my bed or on my couch, and I play it comfortably. I'm resting while I'm playing. Like, I can't, like, I have to look at the TV. I have to turn my neck. If I want to rest, it also helps with the layout of my room. If you see the layout of my room, if I lay on my bed completely and watch the TV, I have to, like, turn my head. Okay, but even if your bed is straightforward, again, it's going to be too far from the TV for you to just lay there normally and play. Like, either way, you're going to be uncomfortable. You get me?
yeah.
But with the Switch, you can just lie in your bed however you want and just play it. And that's honestly how I mostly play on my Switch. I'm lying somewhere in my couch or in my bed. And that right there gives it a big advantage. I don't think it's even out the house where it gets the advantage. Which I still think is a big advantage, especially on the road. Heck yeah. It's a huge advantage. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. And you were just watching, like, League of Legends and stuff like that. Like, the trailer. I know, it's a trailer. But that's another idea. Like, I wonder why League of Legends isn't on the Switch.
No, it's not even on the Xbox. It's not. It's because it's mostly for the esports thing, so I don't think so.
You could do it just for fun.
They
Overwatch would be another game where I feel like it could easily make its way onto the Switch. But it has no single player components, so that would be a problem. Because you need something to do in case you don't have internet. You get me? So I think every game that comes out on the Switch. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Is there a only multiplayer game that's on the Switch that isn't free?
Paladins?
No, it's free. You can buy the
full game is not free.
What? No, I thought you basically paid for like a deluxe version or like for a version that comes with like extras.
No, you pay to get all the characters.
Oh, but you can unlock the characters though just by playing.
Yeah, but it takes you like 1,000 hours.
Yeah, but you unlock. Okay, well, I YouTube whatever characters I wanna like all the characters and just pick the one that looks better and then just unlock that one. But I get you. Let me see what came out. What also came out? But yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know if it's coming out same day as the Switch, but if it does, that's gonna be amazing. Especially if it's 90%, if it's 85% of what the console version is, like graphically speaking, I'm happy. I don't know about you, but I'll be content.
Yeah, as long as the game's there.
85%. No, yeah. Hopefully they don't cut it like no 2K, WWE, whatever that was. Okay. Next game they talked about, or next game that they showed footage of, and again I'll put this on the page below. Metro Exodus, and again I don't know what engine this game was made out of. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say Unreal. I can be wrong.
No, it's like their proprietary.
Well, what's it called? Or do you know the name?
No, but it's I'm sure it's just their whatever they're using.
Okay, but what engine would you say that looks like?
It looks like Unreal.
Okay, Unreal. So when I looked at the game,
again, it could be CryEngine, it could be any of these engines. I don't know.
Well, I'm just trying to paint basically a picture for the people listening. Like, imagine an Unreal version of Fallout 4. It's kind of what the game looked like. And I don't know about you, but a few of like the menu sound effects sound eerily similar to Fallout 4. But I could be wrong. They're both in like the apocalyptic survival, status. So I'm sure they're gonna hit a lot of common territory. So that could be it. But it was just something to notice. One of the demo videos I saw, they were killing a lot of the same enemy, and the person in the video kills maybe one human, And I'm like kind of hoping like, okay, I hope these zombie looking things aren't the only thing you fight for most of the game.
No, in the entire game, or like not the entire, but I mean like the other games, you actually fight more humans.
No,
Than,
but I mean this one you don't know though. You don't know what
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Probably it's gonna be more creatures, since you actually get out of the tunnels. Before, like in the tunnels, it was just other factions, in Russia. But this is now like this is the out. This is out in the open. Could be creatures that evolved from the nuclear waste basically. And there's aliens too, so we'll see.
That's gonna be interesting.
And then
I mean,
since it's a new region of Russia, there probably still is like bandits who have also like left the tunnels. Or the metro, as they say.
I saw like vehicles and stuff like that. If you're able to drive, if this is like Fallout with vehicles and other people, that might be cool. That might be cool. Maybe play like Mad Max basically.
Or Rage 2.
Basically, Rage 2. Well, let's see how that does. Let's see if Bethesda comes back. I think they will. I'm not gonna buy that game day one, but I'll wait for the reviews for sure. And I mean, I have decent expectations for it.
Yeah, it's a story based, so you have to like play the first two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's a continuation.
So, Sentry was at my house the other day. We decided to play the Resident Evil demo. And well, do you have any?
Granted, you didn't really get that far.
Granted, yes. We aren't the greatest players. I mean, we like to take our time, so it's.
No, you were lost for like 20 minutes.
We were lost because we were both trying to find something. It was just we were just very lost. Okay, but we got through a good amount to at least try out the game. What were your opinions on it? It was only 30 minutes, but
I'm not into zombie games at all, but I'm into this type of zombie game. So what I mean by that is it was very like claustrophobic. Like in other zombie games, the more scary part is when there's like 30 zombies, But this was like there's one zombie. You're probably gonna run out of ammo.
Zombie.
You're between two walls, like your shoulders are wall to wall basically. And you're just like, snap. And you gotta get to the other side because that's where you gotta get to. There's no way you can just run around him.
And you have limited ammo.
That's what I like about that, yeah. Like it's very claustrophobic.
You have limited ammo, and zombies take a lot of bullets to kill. So I mean, a lot of time, if you run into a group of them, it's best to basically run, and they follow you slowly and consistently, even past other rooms and stuff like that. It's not like old video game tricks where you could just open and close a door and they couldn't get through it. No, they can get through it. They can. The game looks great. The game felt great, played great. The aim was great. I'm set on to do the Kingdom Hearts review, but I really want to do a review on this. I'm just thinking, Sam, probably have just one game get delayed. One of the reviews be kind of delayed, and the other one maybe is a little bit more on time.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be more for like a critical analysis, if anything. It's not really reviews.
Yeah,
that way we can offer you guys like more detail. So like mostly these reviews are probably gonna be based on if you already played it, and probably things you already missed. Probably what we're gonna be doing.
Well, I mean, no, like later. I mean, like the.
Because there's no point like in us trying to like rush to the game, and then have like what I mean, like have the first review up so that people can see. I think it's
yeah.
We're definitely just it's mostly gonna be like a critical, like an analysis, really.
No, but we'll wait we'll try to play the game for a week and stuff. Depends on obviously how big the game is and stuff. But usually with games that have a lot of hype, we'll try to get a review out and yeah, try to do like a review type thing. And then obviously once a month we'll have like the pieces and stuff like that to make like the big videos and stuff. And those big videos might include like exclusive like analysis of certain games that we took our time with. But you know, with big hyped up games though, I mean, we're still gonna probably give you a few reviews here and there, like the really hyped up ones, just to share our opinions on it and stuff like that. With the big ones, hopefully, obviously if it's a huge game that's like 50 hours long, expansive, open world, might take a lot longer than that. So, but depending on the game and the hype surrounding it, though, I'll do a review for it.
Yeah, we'll see.
But what I like about this Resident Evil though, it's because people loved, the first few Resident Evils, and then with 5 and 6 it got way too action packed. But then with 7 they kind of went back to the horror roots, and it became basically a full out horror game, and it was great. I loved it, and it had great reviews, and a lot of people loved it. It was super scary, but a lot of people were like, yeah, it was horror, but some people felt like it was maybe a little too much horror, that maybe it was like it needed just a little bit more action, kind of like the old games, that they were a good mix of action / horror. This latest one, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, was more of like just horror. So Resident Evil 2 came out and kind of is that perfect answer for anybody who wanted basically an old style Resident Evil. It's a literal old Resident Evil, basically revived completely. Which, again, I don't know, call me crazy, but companies usually don't make remakes like this, right?
Yeah. Unless you're, whatever, Final Fantasy 7, which we haven't actually seen.
Like, yeah, Final Fantasy 7 might be those type of remakes. I mean, would you mind seeing more of those, like full, like
yes.
not just
Yeah,
like not just remakes that are like, let's see what's up, like not just remakes that are, what's the word, like just slightly better graphics or something like that. Something where it's like, no, we're gonna take a modern day engine and recreate this. That's what I mean.
Well, I think Final Fantasy 7 is in the Final Fantasy 15 engine. No, I don't think it is.
And that's a beautiful engine, and it's new, and it's updated, and it's, it's a pretty good engine. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Basically, let's, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, I kind of didn't plan to ask you this question, Sam. I don't have it written it down anywhere in our notes. But our pre-production notes, I'm going to say pre-production as like those 5 minutes we talk before we hit record. Our pre-production meeting, we did not discuss this. But a quick question: what games would you like to see remade using that sort of remake, that they, basically rebuild a game using a brand new engine?
Bookworm Adventures 2.
What?
You asked and I delivered.
Wait, what?
It's the greatest game
What
ever made.
What year did that come out?
Bookworms Adventures Deluxe.
Oh god, oh my god, this guy picked like a dictionary game. Oh my god.
Greatest video game ever made.
Okay, listen, it might be one of the greatest dictionary games ever made. I won't deny that title from it. But I mean, in terms of actual video games, I was for sure thinking Final Fantasy 6 should be high up there with Final Fantasy 7. Honestly, Final Fantasy 7 has been.
If I had the choice, yeah, it would be Bookworm Adventures.
Look, Bookworm Adventures, they can re-release it on the Switch, sure. I don't think Bookworm Adventures needs to be on the Unreal Engine.
No, I'm kidding. But still, I would want to see that with a Final Fantasy 15 engine. It would look amazing. But if I had to choose another game besides Bookworm Adventures, then I guess maybe Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy, like in that engine. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing, but you would have to Because you would have to remember, you have to change an entire world because you go back in time and stuff like that. I feel like that game would be a lot harder to make with a brand new engine, but again, it's not impossible. Like, it just would be kind of harder, but it's totally possible and doable. I don't know what you're looking at, but let's see. What game would I want? Because I gotta ask myself the same question. What game would I want remade in that style? Probably something that hasn't like been out for a long time. You get me? Like that, like the franchise hasn't even been out in years. My God, a modernization of a game. Ugh. Can't think of anything, honestly. I'm sure, like, once I stop recording, every game that I wanted to be remade will come to my mind. But I mean, I always think of Spyro, but Spyro's being redone, but
no, Spyro was already remade.
Yeah, but it's like, I look at it and it's like, it's basically, one of those normal remakes that you see.
No, it's not.
It didn't look amazing. I mean, it looked whatever.
I mean, what do you want it to have, like, photorealistic graphics? It's Spyro.
Yes.
Okay, now that's gonna be stupid.
I wanted
Why don't they make Mario with photorealistic graphics?
They did. It's called Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yeah,
he had jeans on. He had his jeans on. That's the coolest Mario has ever been when he had his jeans on. But okay, I get your point. That's the thing. I can't think of a game right now. Ultimate Alliance. Yeah, Ultimate Alliance, the Marvel game, Part 1 and 2. Mostly 1. I think you update the roster, you update the graphics, and you include a lot of new characters. Again, it's kind of cheating because Ultimate Alliance 3 might just be that. But whatever. It's just, one game that I thought of. The thing is, I can't remember most like fond memories I have as a little kid playing video games was like the GameCube. So it's like I mean, you know what I would like? I don't know if the Switch would do this, but like if they would do remakes like that of like their portable games and expand them, like the original Game Boy Fire Emblem. Imagine that.
So?
No, I'm just saying, like, imagine they did stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. Like remade on like a new engine. I think stuff like that. It's a very interesting concept how you can go very deep with a remake. And this is one of the best remakes I've ever seen. I mean, all new graphics, all new voices, all new like using the story has different actors. People said that the director of the game and a lot of people making the game said that they on purpose make sure to put items in way different locations than in the other game to, switch it up for veteran players and people that have played Resident Evil 2 to them be like, okay, this is different because it's not like you can expect the same things to happen. There's certain traps or certain stuff that have been moved to kind of subvert your expectations if you're a player that's coming back. And I'm like, this is a perfect remake. It thinks of everything. It changes everything. It updates everything. It gives everything a new engine. And whatever it didn't need to be fixed, whatever didn't need to be fixed, wasn't fixed, which was most of the story elements to it. But again, even the fact of like replayability when it comes to people that are kind of old or veterans to the whole Resident Evil franchise and have played Part 2, I think including details just for them to like feel like it's a new experience, I feel like that's like the extra mile. They definitely went the extra mile on that. And I mean, we gave Capcom a lot of crap for Street Fighter. I don't know how you feel about that whole debacle with Capcom. They started putting logos on a bunch of their main fighters.
Yeah, I mean, I said like it's not. I don't know. I don't really care too much about. Until like it shows up, like until it got. I don't know. I feel like I need more.
Yeah, like for you, it would be like bad if it's like a 30-second commercial before every fight. Hey, you want to buy this product?
Yeah, that's to me that's bad.
That's terrible.
But yeah,
I'm surprised I haven't seen EA or Activision pull something like that. Like, hey, by the way, before you wanna play this game, do you wanna like? And it's like they advertise like their own games on there. Oh my god, I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. I am honestly surprised. Like, you know how movies used to do that?
yeah, I know what you mean. But I don't
I'm
know. I like that's what I. If it's just on this clothing, doesn't. I'm not. It's not. I don't play it first of all. So my opinion doesn't really have that much of a gravitas. But still, it just doesn't seem like something that would bother me.
Stop using French words. I'm just kidding. I don't know what language that is.
It's Latin,
Exactly.
but it's an English word. It's an English word.
I
You
know.
should
I
know
know.
it.
I know.
You should know it.
I know it. I know. It's a joke. It's a joke. But I get where you're coming from. Again, I've played Street Fighter very casually, so I don't know how deep this affects people. But from what I've seen, real like heavy Street Fighter fans kind of don't like it. They're kind of pissed. So maybe it's bad. Again, yeah, I'm not a big Street Fighter person, but Capcom has been delivering, especially with Mega Man 11 and now with Resident Evil 2 remake and also Resident Evil 7. So even though they slipped, they might have slipped up with that. They have been hitting more than they've been missing. They're definitely not on like Activision or EA standards. They're not there. You get me? They're not that bad. Nowhere near that bad. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. And after that, I think we covered everything.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on to any topic?
That's it when it comes to like just straight up, news. Oh, of course, we're probably gonna have a reaction to our next podcast to the direct, and the Switch is gonna have the indie direct.
But that's it's an indie direct. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's a question. Do you think Nintendo's fooling us, April fooling us, and just like, by the way, we're doing a real direct, and it like they show off like Metroid or something? Like, do you think they'd do that?
No, they wouldn't do that. Why would they do? I mean, no, they wouldn't do that because they would want as many people to watch that as possible. So they're probably gonna be like,
I don't know.
Direct
Smash was
2019.
Smash was very random. It was not expected. Nobody was talking about Smash. Nobody was expecting it. Nobody was thinking it was gonna happen. Everybody was just sitting there.
It wasn't like it was still in the original, Nintendo Direct.
But I don't know, cause I don't think people were back then speculating hard on the direct until they started announcing crazy huge titles with the direct. I don't know. I might be wrong, but maybe they might be. Okay, maybe it's not Metroid, but maybe they tease us with something that's still kind of huge for Nintendo. Maybe like an F-Zero remake or something, or a Skyward Sword remake or Twilight Princess, maybe like a Zelda game remix or something. Something at the end that's like, a little diamond in the rough.
Maybe depending on like which indies they say, like there's still some really good indies out there, that I would like to see.
Maybe. Can't think of any right now. I'd preferably one on the Switch, but I honestly, if you're an indie, here's the thing: if you're an indie developer, I'd for sure look at developing games specifically for the Switch, cause I think that the Switch is a real market, and if we start getting like indie games specifically developed for like or like let's say like Stardew Valley, game that works so much better when you can play it on the go. I mean, it's a real market. So for you indie developers out there, really have the Switch in mind when you're developing indie games, because it could and it's a growing store, so it's easy to make an impact and to make a name for yourself. So
I see what yeah. So we'll see. We'll know tomorrow. We'll have a reactions on
Friday?
that Metroid, that Metroid 4 review.
We'll have it on Friday. Whatever it is, whether it's Super Meat Boy Part 2 or it's Metroid 4, we'll talk about it.
That's actually, yeah, they're definitely announcing that.
I was just throwing out a
Yeah,
name.
Meat Boy 2 is actually a game that's coming out.
Nah, I'd be slightly excited for it. I played Part 1. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
it was a lot like Celeste. Well, Celeste is a lot like Meat Boy now, I think of it.
I haven't played Celeste yet. I know I have to. It's on my must play before like this week ends. Okay, no, before the month ends. But yeah, do you have anything else?
No. It seems about like an hour already. So I think
We're close to it. I mean, it's a little late at night, so maybe we can give ourselves a 5-minute break.
well, I hope
But
you guys enjoyed.
yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed
If you
too.
stick to
of
the
course.
very end, then thank you for the 5 of the out there that are actually listening to this.
If you stuck to the end, if you guys really enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a love. I said a love. Leave a love too. Just type in love in the bottom. Just type that in. But also
First
leave a
person that
like.
types in love will be pinned comment. By the
I was
way.
like, don't promise an award, damn. We might get sued. They might get $1 trillion.
The
What?
first person that writes
Don't do
love will get their comment pinned on that video. Just so you know.
Exactly. And 2 other people will see it, and it's me and Sentry. But so yeah, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a good week, rest of the week, and make sure to subscribe and to like this video if you enjoyed it. If you guys want more, this is Champion, and I'm signing
Century.
out. Nobody cares about you, Sentry.
I see how it is.
Dale, signing out. Wait, I probably shouldn't say dale. That's Spanish. See you guys.
Spanish is not illegal.
I know, but it's just
Okay, bye.
see ya. Okay, perfect.